Hi guys, so for our read aloud, we are going to go over My Shadow. It is a poem by Robert Louis Stevenson. I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me, and what can be the use of him is more than I can see. He is very, very like me from heels up to the head, and I see him jump before me when I jump into my bed. The funniest thing about him is the way he likes to grow. Not at all like proper children, which is always very slow. For he sometimes shoots up taller like an India rubber ball, and he sometimes gets so little that there's none of him at all. He hasn't got a notion of how children ought to play, and can only make a fool of me in every sort of way. He stays so close beside me, he's a coward, you can see. I'd think shame to stick to nursery as that shadow sticks to me. One morning very early before the sun was up, I rose and found the shining dew on every buttercup. But my lazy little shadow, like an archery sleepy head, had stayed at home behind me and was fast asleep in bed. All right, guys. So let's number our lines. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And then let's look to see how many stanzas we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is an example of a lyrical poem because it tells a story about a shadow. No, it expresses how the boy feels about his shadow. Yes. Okay. It has no rhyme pattern. It does have a rhyme pattern and it does have rhythm. Okay. Let's look at number 2. The poet says the shadow is a coward because, so when you're a coward, that means you're kind of scared. You don't like to do things. And so let's kind of look to see in line 11, it says, he stays so close beside me, he's a coward you can see. So he stays in bed. Doesn't talk about him staying in bed. It stays close to the boy. Okay, that could possibly be our answer. It is lazy. It does talk about it being lazy down here, but not in this sentence where it's talking about him being a coward. It jumps into bed. It does talk about him jumping to bed, but that's in line 4. Okay, so B would be our answer. He stays close to the boy. Okay, so you're going to answer question number 3. What two things are being compared in lines 5 and 6? So let's look at line 5 and 6. The funniest thing about him is the way he likes to grow, not at all like proper children, which is always very slow. Okay, so are they comparing the way the boy plays and the way he grows? Are they comparing good children to naughty children? Are they comparing the shadow and growing children? Or are they comparing the shadow and sleeping children? And then number 4 is, which line in the poem is an example of personification? Now remember, guys, personification is where an object that is not a human has human characteristics. So let's look at line number 9. He hasn't got a notion of how children ought to play. Line number 1. I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me. Line 13. One morning very early before the sun was up. And then line number 6. Not at all like proper children, which is always very slow. Okay, so which one of those has personification? All right, guys.